Change of pace now. Time for the F2 superboats to get into the action. We chase down Warren Wright to give us an explanation of the difference between F1 and F2 boats.
These boats weighing at about 475 kilos. Your F2s are weighing in roughly about low 300s to high 200s, which in one sense makes them a lot more flighty, a little boat on the water as opposed to the big ones. Even though they don't have the top end speed of the big boats, they still is just as flighty in the air, and it's just as much risk hanging these ones in the air as the big ones. And their engines are a lot more, a lot more user friendly. They're more of an affordable class as opposed to running a Formula 1 powerboat. These little ones are just 3-cylinder fishing motors with fairly heavy modification, so it's a good sport for the average guy to get into. He can, still tow it away behind his family sedan and have a good fun weekend.
And a man who knows all the ins and outs of F2 competition is last year's champion, Timmy Bollins.
Last year, 2003, what a sensational effort. #1 in the Australian Formula 2 Championship. You must be absolutely ecstatic with that, and I know you worked very hard to get that result.
Yeah, we work real hard with the boat all year. Turns out good on race day every day, but it's not just luck. We do put a lot of time into it. Once the boat's running right, it's a lot easier to keep it running right, but then again, when you do get a problem, you can spend hours a night just working on it. But when it comes race day and everything goes together, it's all worth it.
Yes, time now for the Australian Formula 2 Superboat Series Race 1. Your grid looks like this: Tim Bollins, Matt Smith, Jeff Bollins, Peter Perugia, Paul Tygilski, and Peter Evans. This one brought to us by the Sales Taree. Great to see them supporting as well as we head off the first race of the day for the Formula 2 boats. And guys to watch out for would include, of course, Tim Bollins and Jeff Bollins. Peter Perugia, one to watch as well.
Tim with a great start as he did last year. I mean, this guy was very, very strong. It was no doubt he won the championship. Not too many people got too close to him. And the big #1 on the side just shows the performance that this guy's got. Formula 2's a little bit slower than Formula 1's, but very affordable, Kirk. I mean, you can go racing for what 25, 30 grand in one of these things?
Yeah, that's right, Nathan. We've got some new people coming into the Formula 2 class, and Matt Smith has just purchased Peter Spicer's old boat, and he's, that's a good piece of equipment.
Yes, as you said, a couple of new entries in this Paul Tygilski in the Portuguese concrete pumping Queensland entry. He's back a little bit in the order. Great place to watch racing here on the Mountain River. You can see the crowd just kicking back. There's plenty of things for the kids to do, jumping castles and all that good stuff as well. There is the 22 boat, the light commercial spares Windsor machine of Jeff Bollins.
Now, Jeff used to compete, correct me if I'm wrong, in Yamato, so you did run with Tim, and then Tim made the move up to F2s, and now Jeff has followed?
That's right. Jeff Bollins is Tim Bollins' father, and he's purchased an F2 boat, and he's joining his son. They're having a good time.
11 boat just rejoining the field then is Peter Evans, the Manning River Marine machine. Anybody that, apart from, of course, Desi Maslin is my hero, is those Yamatos. Those guys are fantastic. Not much on the championship for them this year?
Well, we've had a fair few guys step up in the F2 from Yamato, which is, yeah. So they've done sort of time in Yamato, and now they're joining F2 field.
There's the ex-Peter Spicer boat of Matt Smith. This boat has the potential to run up the front with Tim Bollins. Spicer has been one of the few guys in the 2003 championship who certainly put the wood to Bollins, but unfortunately has retired from the sport, sold the boat, and when Smith gets on top of the combination, a little bit more used to the boat, he will be certainly one to give Bollins a good run for his money.
The Blake's Marine at #1, backed out of the Windsor area. What difference in engine capacity are we talking about again here for the Formula 2s as opposed to the Formula 1s?
It's a 3-cylinder OMC motor that capacity's around about 920 cc's.
I guess Jeff Bollins is enjoying the sitting down experience rather than kneeling that he's come from in this class. Bollins is absolutely clearing away, and there is that 65 we spoke of earlier of Matt Smith, the Hamilton Marine machine. Peter Perugia in the all-spec aluminium specialties Cavalier racing machine, and Tygilski back there in the 5th position at this stage.
Beautiful conditions here at Taree, absolutely perfect for this. They're not too far from the banks to make spectating difficult, yet they're not too close to cause any issues. Nice water conditions, and the Taree region getting right behind this sport and this series in particular.
Well, it's just about every council that Kirk you go to seems to really embrace the series. I know that the Penrith council were particularly keen to see you in that region. I'm sure that the Tukley people are getting behind you as well.
Well, it's something different. I mean, it's exciting. It's a good sport. It's basically a around the waterways, and no, it's good to see that we have the support.
And you're pretty environmentally friendly as well, as we see the all-spec entry there at Faruja. You're not dumping vast quantities of oil into the river and stuff like that. Most of the exhaust ports are above the water level. And, yeah, everything seems to be pretty clean kind of sport.
That's right, and also noise pollution. These, the F1s and F2s are around about 95 dB, so they're not that noisy.
So way less noisy than a Harley. Here we go at the moment. This is the second of the Bollins boats.
I think I saw Evans there just slowing up in the water. Evans was a front runner in last year's championship. We haven't seen very much of him at all. As a matter of fact, I thought I saw him just slowing up in the water there. So possibly a problem for the Manning River Marine entrant. Obviously, being Manning River Marine, he's from this region, so I guess he'd be hoping for a better performance than this.
Tagilski just got rounded up as well there in that Polski's concrete pumping entry. Pretty well sans of any kind of sponsorship at the moment as the Jeff Bollins Light Commercial Spares Windsor. Bollins racing 22, but it's a pretty lonely ride for him because our race leader has cleared away. Still doing a good job as Matt Smith. You're going to be impressed with him.
I mean, it's his first drive in the boat and his first race, actually, and it's looking nice and tidy, and we'll see some better things later on in the series with him.
Man, look at the lead this guy is opening up. The #1 plate holder in the Australian Formula 2 Superboat Series, last year's champion now, moving into the last lap. It's Tim Bollins. Only a young guy, is he?
Yeah, he's only around about mid-20s, not very old at all.
Oh, there's the trouble. You said you spotted it earlier, Nathan. The 11 boat in all sorts of trouble of Evans.
So checkered flag on display, and Tim Bollins gets the win in race 1 of the Formula 2 Championship here at Taree. Matt Smith will bring it home in second, a great drive in his first ever effort. Jeff Bollins, father of Tim, will bring it home third. Farugia fourth, Tagilski in fifth, and Peter Evans, unfortunately, did not finish.